Motocross was just something was the first sport, you know, I ever did as a kid growing up. I was real young, about 5 years old, and I played every other sport you can think of, you know, baseball, basketball, and motocross was something that it was just myself out there on the track, and almost one of those things you can get away from everything, you know, and as a kid it was just a freedom, you know, fun, enjoyable, and it just never got old. I always kept wanting to get better. One reason I got into riding was my dad. You know, he rode his whole growing up as a kid, and as he got older, you know, obviously he got married and stuff, had us kids, and then you know, he got us a bike. Me and my older brother Jade, he was 7 at the time. I was about 5, and he got us a little PW50, and the rest was history. You know, we just took off riding, and we each got our own bike, and I don't think we ever stopped begging us to ride. Yeah, it's pretty amazing as far as just to be in everything as a little kid you hoped to be when you got older, and to be sitting here. You know, it's hard to take a step back away and look at where you're at, because, you know, you're always trying to accomplish more and win and everything like that, but you see it a different way and from the outside looking in when you're younger. And you know, I remember going to the races at Millville. That was my hometown, Millville Spring Creek National, and you know, I remember walking through the pits, and I was that kid asking for jerseys and all kinds of memorabilia stuff from the riders, and you know, and then going pro, getting an opportunity and going factory, and it was just a real eye opener, you know, because when you're looking outside in, you're like, man, these guys get paid a lot, you know, they get to do what they love, and it must be pretty nice, but then looking from the inside now and being on the inside, it's a whole different story. You know, it takes a lot of commitment and hard work, and as well as just sacrifice. You know, I think that was the one. Sacrificing was a huge thing riders have to do growing up through their whole life. You know, you don't get to really experience some of the fun stuff that a lot of the kids get to. So we have to be okay with that, and I was. You know, I never really it didn't really bother me that I was missing out on stuff like that. I felt like I was accomplishing more here and where I want to be in my dreams. I think the one thing that stuck out as far as me knowing what I really want to do as I get older, I mean, at the time I was young, you know, I probably was 8 years old, and I remember obviously all the riding and stuff like that. I knew I wanted to do this for a long time, but as well as I seen it on TV, and McGrath was dominating at the time, really on top of it. And you know, as a kid you see that and you're like, man, you see it on TV and you're like, I could maybe do that one day, or you hope so. And so that's what I went after. You know, I mean, never stopped dreaming about it. I think I thought about it every day, and you know, thankfully, you know, the dream came true and was able to get here. Although getting here was a little different story as far as how to approach it, but you know, you settle in, find your groove, and you know, you start making something of your own.